What can you tell me about voodoo? That's right, this week we're going to review the 20th anniversary edition of Gabriel Knight. This is TheBigJB. I am back again this week. We're doing not really a retrospective, but kinda, because 20 years ago, Gabriel Knight came out, PC, Mac, of course it was on disc, but then came out on CD-ROM, which had full speech and an incredible cast. And in fact, I love Gabriel Knight so much, and I really do. I've played it many times. I still have the first edition in the box, sealed. So 20th anniversary comes around and they say that they're going to do an edition to celebrate that anniversary. What do? I have to play it. Let's check out what it looks like. Welcome all my fellow Schattenjäger. For those of you who are the uninitiated, that means Shadow Hunter in German, and that is the journey that Gabriel Knight embarks on as we go through the story of Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. It is a fantastic story. Jane Jensen is a terrific author. She's done a great job creating a story, and that was true in the original version, and it holds true in this game. The elements of the game, the essentials, have not changed. So what I'm going to try to spend some time on is really looking at what has changed and what I think about it. The funny thing about this game is that it became so ingrained into our personal culture. When I say our, I mean like the employees of Sierra. Me, Metal Jesus, Drunken Master Paul, we all know the reference, what can you tell me about voodoo? Because Gabriel asked that of almost every person in the game.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
What can you tell me about voodoo? What can you tell me about voodoo? Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
There's voodoo that goes on in this city. Sure.
And so we jokingly started to ask it of each other. There are so many great elements of the story, and it was such a popular game that there was no way that it wouldn't become part of our vernacular.
What can you tell me about voodoo? Voodoo. Voodoo. Voodoo.
So right off the bat, when you jump into the game, the first thing you notice is the updated graphics. There's no denying it. If you look at any of the screenshots or any of the trailers or anything like that, it's going to be obvious that they've updated the graphics. And when you look at it side by side, you can tell that while they updated the graphics, they really tried to maintain that connection to the original. It was very faithful to that original. You can see throughout the entire environment of St. George's Books, where you start off on day one, the bookshelves are there, the gargoyle is there, there's all kinds of things in there that you see in the original version, and I really loved that. A couple other changes to talk about. They had to update the audio because they lost the original recordings. That just got me right in the gut that they lost the original recordings. This game, when it first came out, had an all-star cast. You had Tim Curry, Daniel Glover, Leo Ramini, Mark Hamill, and the list goes on. And to have lost those original recordings, even if you weren't going to use them in the 20th anniversary edition, my gosh, my heart breaks. So they had to get new voice actors, and for the most part, they did pretty good. I'm a little picky. I really liked the way that Tim Curry did the character.
How would I ever manage without you?
You? Give me a break. The devil himself couldn't change you.
Well, if the devil had great legs, perhaps, like yours.
The guy that they got to do his voice, it sounds like he's trying a little too hard in a couple of the scenes. He does a pretty good job.
Tell me what you know about a secret voodoo houndfall in New Orleans.
Oh, man. Just shut up about that. Can't you see I'm sick? Are you trying to kill me?
They did something really neat in terms of organizing the quests and the puzzles. They didn't give you locations to go and visit until Gabriel knew about them. So when you first start the day and you're in St. George's Books, you talk to Grace. She tells you, oh yeah, I found a couple places here in New Orleans that can tell you more about voodoo. And she gives you the Dixieland drugstore and the Voodoo Museum. And so then when you go to the overland map, the city map, you see them on your map. They added a couple other things that were really neat. There's a hint system in the game, so you start off and, if you're stuck on a day, and believe me, you'll probably use the hint system, and you'll be glad this is there, because the way that they set it up is the first level of the hints, it just sort of asks you some general questions. Did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? And then sometimes that'll trigger, okay, cool, I forgot, I need to go do that. And you may not need the game to tell you how to do it. Maybe that's something you want to work out for yourself. But just the fact that it asks you the question, did you do this yet, will give you some direction. Jane Jensen clearly did her homework when she wrote this. There's a lot of information on voodoo in here. There's a lot of it that she clearly researched and investigated. There is that sense of authenticity in some of the things that she refers to. Because of that authenticity, I think it lends itself to being a little bit more creepy. I don't know about other people, but for me, I did find that was true. But it was still incredibly enjoyable. So, did I like it? Yes, I really did. I really enjoyed it. It's a fun game. It's great to play. Like I said, compelling story that's going to pull you through, going to make you want to finish it to the end. There's still that same great Sierra sense of humor that they injected into something that's a little bit darker like this, that kind of breaks things up a little bit. So you're not, it can be a little oppressive to be dealing with, nonstop voodoo all the time. So having those little jokes and references thrown in is really appreciated.
Yes? Who is it?
Land Shark.
You are no Bill Murray.
Hey, this has been TheBigJB from MetalJesusRocks. Thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And hey, before you go, check out the comments down below. Let me know if you've ever played Gabriel Knight, and if it's not one of your favorite adventure games, what is one of your favorite adventure games? Maybe something that's a little bit more on the gritty edge, something a little bit more adult themed than like Quest for Glory, some of the other stuff that I've talked about. So let me know down below. Catch you later.
If you're thinking of buying this game, why not use the GOG link down in the description below? It helps support our YouTube channel and it doesn't cost you anything extra. Thanks for watching.